Who are you? That is a very common question, especially online. Most people are very forthcoming with this information. I, however, am not. So instead, I decided to do things a little different. Howdy neighbors, and welcome to this AMA. I went onto several social media sites. Wow, way to make me sound old. Anyway, I went onto several social media sites, and I asked, ask me anything. And I have compiled a list on this handy-dandy piece of paper for the top questions. Because I've been asked over and over, ones that kind of fit together, that kind of flow. And so, in no particular order, here are the most asked questions of me and my life. Go! Starting with D&D. Okay, I've had several questions about D&D. First, my favorite D&D class is a bard. The reason why I like bard is not for the memes. I want to get that perfectly clear, not for the memes. I feel like I could be more creative with a bard. I have made CEOs, I have made VTubers, I have made actual performers, I have made, like Cirque du Soleil. Like, there are so many things that you can do with a bard. I feel like you have more options with bards than you have with other types. As for what race I play, the most often I've been playing humans, just for that little bit of bump. But also I feel like it is easier for me to create that character. There's a lot less that I have to think about, and a lot more I can add into backstory that I can make sense in my brain than I can with having to delve into the lore of each and every race. I can just go, oh hey, humanity. I know about that one. I have experience in that one. I could just use that. Another one. Which edition do I like the best? I play Pathfinder, actually. So, for D&D, I mostly prefer Pathfinder. Again, simply for creativity purposes. I feel like I could do more with Pathfinder, especially with the types of one-shots that I like to do. Instead of just having, full campaigns out and about and just right there. I'm able to sprinkle things in a little more than I can with regular D&D or even with Starfinder, which I have played, I have enjoyed, but I feel like I could do more with Pathfinder. Bogos Minted? Yes. Pokemon, my favorite. I had people asking lots about Pokemon because I have mentioned that I enjoy Pokemon on several occasions, and so I got a lot of questions about it. So here we go. Will I ever play it on the channel? No! The reason why is because, for me, Pokemon is a very relaxing game. Very calming. Unless you're going up against Cynthia. It's a very calm, relaxing game for me. It is what I like to play in my free time, and for a lot of the time, I want to keep free time games and recording games a little separate. I have crossed them over a couple of times, Angels of Death, but I do try to keep it separate, so most likely you will not be getting Pokemon in the future. But I love Pokemon so much. My favorite type is Dark type. The reason why I like Dark type is because I like how they look. I like being able to say, go, gigantic dog. And it's great. It is great. I like that most of them are gigantic dogs, even though I am afraid of dogs. Lots of spooky dogs. It's great. A+. Love to see it. My favorite Pokemon is Mimikyu. Has got to be Mimikyu. I'm holding a Mimikyu plush right this very second. In my lap. In my hands. He's the Mimikyu. Now there are others that I really, really enjoy. Like there is Emboar, there's Infernape, Azumarill, Crobat. Oh my god, Crobat. Great. A+. amazing. But if we're going Chandelure too. Oh my god, how did I forget about my boy? Chandelure is amazing. Fire Ghost, get out of here. But all that aside, my favorite, even though it is like now mainstream, very much love, and if people go, ew, you like that one? Yes, I do. I love Mimikyu. It is my baby boy, and I will continue to love it until I die, period. And that's that, okay? My favorite Pokemon gen? Probably Sinnoh. I prefer the lore of Sinnoh over the other ones. And I know what they were trying to do with Galar, trying to make that lore happen. But I feel like the lore of Sinnoh really does a lot more. I feel like we experience the lore of Sinnoh a lot more. And it's more like it's not just like a side plot like how it feels in Galar. It feels like it's more incorporated into the story itself, which I really like, as I am not going to go out of my way to really seek this out. I feel like it's there, we see it. I like it a lot. A+. How is Pepper? She's doing great. She is 17 years old. She is an elderly lady. But she still sleeps. She still naps. She likes to try to come in here while I am recording and streaming and start yelling until I give her pets, and then she leaves. So if you ever hear a weird sound in the background, it is most likely her, as she cannot meow normally. But we love her. For those that don't know, Pepper is my cat, actually. She's a black cat, though she is turning more gray. She is elderly, but she's doing really good. We love to see it. What kind of games do you play in your free time? Well, Pokemon. I feel like I have addressed that at length. I like Pokemon. I do really enjoy Power Wash Simulator. I have to be in the mood for it, though. If I'm not in the mood, it does not turn out well. Dragon Fable, if you remember the days of Flash games. Dragon Fable, A+. It actually does still run. Highly recommend if you ever have a moment. Dragon Fable. There is also, for like Switch games and stuff, I do enjoy playing Mario Kart 8 with my family. It is a lot of fun. Speaking of which, I need to decimate that. I mean, play against them again. And recently I've been playing a lot, don't judge, a lot of Hello Kitty Island Adventure. I think it's fun. But aside from actual video games, I do create D&D characters. Like, it is my full-time job. Even while I'm at my full-time job, I focus solely on D&D characters. Like, how do you do this? I have not been thinking since I have started working here, actually. Solely D&D. Oh no, there's a lot of good games out there. I believe Clock Tower, is another tabletop game. That's also really good. You have to have, like, a friend group. Clock Tower is really good. Board game-wise, Exploding Kittens is really good. For those that don't have shaky hands, unfortunately I'm a victim. For those that don't have shaky hands, Jenga is really good. I really liked Operation, but that too. Card games, Uno, A+, Solitaire, A+. Like, there are so many games that I play just hanging out by myself. But if you want my recommendations, it's gonna be Pokemon first and foremost. I know, but Pokemon first and foremost. Then D&D. Highly recommend those two. And then Uno, of course, obviously. A+. What are your hobbies? Well, you know. That is such a good question, because you're kind of looking at it right now. I have a full-time job, so I don't have a lot of time to do a lot of hobbies. I used to crochet a lot, I would make flowers and then pin them onto different things, just wherever, until people got mad about that, and then I stopped doing it. So I haven't done that in a while. I'll say I like collecting dice. Like D&D dice. That's really fun and really nice, and I like feeling them in my hands. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really think I have too many hobbies. I cannot draw. That's one of the most important, not one of the most important, but one of the most asked questions. Can I draw? Absolutely not. I cannot draw to save my life. In fact, I tried to draw for a D&D one-shot, or Pathfinder one-shot that I did, and I forgot to give a bee wings, so I feel like that should really say all that needs to be said about my drawing skills. I forgot the wings of a bee. But yeah, no, I don't really do too much, unfortunately. I just don't have the time. Will we ever get to see you? Okay. This was the most asked question. Every single one that I opened was, can we see you? Can we see you? Can we see you? The answer is maybe. And here's the reason why I'm saying maybe. I'm gonna walk you through how I do live streams. I set up the stream. I double check, make sure the game can run, make sure it shows, A+, and then I have the screen open that says you can start the stream at any point. Just click this button. I edit the description if I need to. I edit the title, which I do every time. And then I leave the room. And it stays up for about 2 to 3 minutes. Right? It just stays there. I leave the room. Door open. Cat can come in. Doesn't matter to me. I leave the room. Stream's not started, by the way. And I try to hype myself up to press the damn button. And then I press the button, and what do? I leave. I leave before it even says, congratulations, your stream has started. I am out of the room. The door is closed. I don't touch it. I don't look at it. Not once. And I hype myself up. I'm hanging out. I'm chilling. Calm myself down. Because streaming's kind of a lot. And I'm chilling. And I'm vibing. And I do that for like the 5-ish minutes. That's why I start the stream before the actual start time. I say it starts at 5:30. I will be pressing that button right around 5:25. Right? So I can give myself that time before I actually begin the stream. To be out of the room, door closed, cat with me. Right? And then after that time has elapsed, which could be anywhere from like 5 to like 7 minutes, it was one time, which kind of sucked. But I've calmed down enough. I come back into the room, and I look at the screen, and I go, am I good to go? The answer is most often, yeah, I can go. But if the answer is ever, no, not really, then what I do instead is I leave again, and I come back with the cat. And then the cat is with me, and we're hanging out before I even talk into the mic. It's just sitting there staring, hanging out with the cat. And then when I am fully ready, I will start talking. That is my process every single time I live stream. And I have been working on it to the point where I don't need to take that many steps. I still do. But I don't fully need to take that many steps anymore. But it's still a lot, even for my voice to be out. And I'm working toward getting ready myself to be able to show my face. I am nowhere near that level yet. But we're getting there. We are getting there. We just are not there yet. gonna go over something. And it is going to be the last time that I talk about it. The last time. Because I don't want to hear it anymore. Class of '09! Let's talk about Class of '09. When I played Class of '09, this skeleton was very sick, and I was not in the right headspace to play Class of '09. Class of '09 is a very specific game. It does what it needs to do very well. People keep asking, did you get it? Did you like it? Why do you hate it? I get Class of '09. I get it 100% as someone who was alive and there in 2009. I was 9 years old, 8 and 9. But still, I was there. I know what happened. I know what it was like. I know the humor. I know it. I get it. I understand it. 100%. I am there. I was there. I've been. I do not hate the game. It is not a game for me. I don't hate it. The way that they did it is the only way that you could do it for this type of game that they were making. I love Nicole. The reason why I love Nicole is because she is a sociopath, which means every single thing that you see in the game is called into question. Even the very beginning cutscene with the note on the fridge, you have to question it. Because we don't know if it's actually what happened, or if that's how she perceives it to happen, if it is reality. Because of that, I will not be playing Flipside. Because it will be following Jekka. Nothing wrong with Jekka as a character, as a person, character person. But I feel the wondering of what is and is not actually happening, trying to find what are the actual consequences of her actions as she perceives them, is incredibly interesting and incredibly fascinating. And now that I am, the sick fog is lifted, I'm able to appreciate. Would I go back to play Class of '09 again? No. Because Class of '09 can only truly be experienced one time for the full effect. If I could go back in time and wait a little bit to play the game, would I? Yes. Yes, I would. I feel like I did not give it a fair shake. I feel like it is good, just not for me. And with that said, I am done talking about Class of '09 for the rest of my life. We are done. No more Class of '09. I want Officer's Ride. Why don't you stream more? Oh my god, I wish I could. Wow, do I wish I could. But you know, generating circumstances, personal stuff, and also I do have a full-time job. 40 hours a week. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot. It is the night shift. I'll come home until like 7 a.m. It's real bad. Real bad. It does take a lot of time away from streaming. I do try to do it as early as I can. But I also get up late because I have to leave so late. And be up so late. Early. I don't know. So I do really want to stream more. There just is not a time that I have found, aside from the time that I normally do, where it is feasible. There may come a time in the future, if I can swing it that way. If I can get monetized for doing so, I would love to do it much more. I would. I could spend time actually streaming, learn how to edit. The video is about to be a disaster. And all that good stuff. I would love to have that kind of time. But as of right now, I simply do not. So, the streams are not... There aren't as many as I would like. I can't do it as often as I would like. But in the future, if I can do it, I will do it. Now I have a little bit of a confession to make. Lots of people ask my favorite genre of gaming and my least favorite. Now hear me out. Hear me out. I really do not like Battle Royale. And that's fine. Not a lot of people do. And that's okay. Now, for the other one. I have liked visual novels for a little bit. I play them a lot, actually, on this channel. They are not my favorite type of game. They're not. In fact, it's like mid to low. It's really not my favorite type of game. And I know people are like, oh my god, fraud. You know, it's fine. It happens. When I was first starting out, I would play them so much more. Because there's more of them. And you can do a lot more with visual novels than you can with a lot of other types of games. And I get it, and I appreciate it. I enjoy a good visual novel every now and then. But it is on the lower end of the totem pole for me. First-person shooters. Really first-person. Not for me. Not for me. One, shaky hands does not help with when your mouse is your eyes. That sucks. That does not help at all. There's also, like, I want to be able to see around me. Because all the time I can just look straight forward and that's fine. But I would like to be able to see what could happen at any and every angle. Now on the flip side, games that I like. Dice games. Now what I mean by that is games with dice mechanics. So there was a couple games that we played. I believe... I don't know if it's this one. Loser Reborn, I believe was one of them that had the dice mechanic in it. I greatly liked that one. It was where every move that you would do, except for like walking, had where you roll the dice to see what would happen. I really liked that. I like playing games with dice. I like hearing the rollies. Another type of game I greatly enjoy is RPGs. By that, I don't just mean like Super Mario RPG, you know, blah blah. No, I really like RPGs in general. Like, I love Pokemon, don't get me wrong. But when I'm able to go on an adventure, a magical adventure, and I could be the hero, that's awesome. Cthulhu Saves the World. Thank you so much for that recommendation. A+, liked it a lot, would play again. So yeah, RPGs, up in the top, first-person shooters, and what's it called? Battle Royale, very low. By that I mean the bottom. Visual novels are unfortunately lower middle. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. Until I do. And now it is time for the hardest question. What is my favorite game that I've played on the channel? Good lord! You had to ask me that! I have it written down, because I have played over 100 games. Let me try to find it. I have played... Where are you? Here it is. 148 games total. At the time of me recording this. Yet my love for Angels of Death really just reigns true. Angels of Death. What Remains of Edith Finch? God, I wish I could play that again for the first time. Wow, Doki Doki Literature Club? Get out of here! Play again for the first time. Wow, that would be amazing. Divine Speaker? Oh my god. And I know that I'm saying visual novels. But so good. I feel like, out of all of those, Out of all the games that I've played, the one I have thought about the most, the one that I have wanted to play again for the first time, is Doki Doki Literature Club. I love it. I love it a lot. I love Monica. And You and Me and Her, A Love Story is equally as amazing. Another one I would love to play again for the first time. But Doki Doki just barely edges it out. And I think it's because of the length. I feel like because Doki Doki Literature Club is a shorter game, it can do a lot more with just a little bit of time that it has. Because it does not take long to finish Doki Doki Literature Club. It takes like a day to finish You and Me and Her, A Love Story, if done properly. You know? It takes a lot. So, Doki Doki Literature Club, for favorite, least favorite, it's not even a question. It's not. It is I don't know if it's the first game that I've yelled at, but it's the one that I've yelled at the most and made fun of every chance I get. I hate Blood Drive with every fiber of my being. It ruined Corpse Party so much, to the point where I did want to replay the first one again. But after Blood Drive, I have had no desire. None. I hate Blood Drive. I hate it. I hate it. I would not recommend this to my worst enemy. Blood Drive was so bad. As soon as I saw the art style, I knew we were screwed. Oh my god. Yeah, no. Fuck Blood Drive. And that's it for now. There were so many questions that unfortunately did not make the cut. So if you do have any more, go ahead and leave them in a comment or whatever. And if there are enough of them and enough people like this and want more, I might do another one. As for me, this is me. I don't think I've ever done an actual outro, good lord. That's just a little bit about me. Just a little bit to quench your appetite. Also, an aside, just to kind of give you a peek into my life, this entire time I have been recording, which has been, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes. I have been listening to Coconut Mall from the Mario Kart Wii soundtrack, so do with that what you will. Anyway, thank you very much for taking the time to ask questions and want to get to know me. It kind of makes me feel a little warm and fuzzy, you know, just a little something. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, I will see you later.